I wanted a tattoo because I've always really thought they were cool, but I knew that I had to wait till I was 18 or else my dad would kick my ass. I wanted something personal, so I got Pisces right on my arm, right here, and I thought the chick was really hot that was working, and so I had picked her. Born on the cusp of Pisces and Aries, so I've always loved koi fish. The flames represent Aries and the koi represent Pisces, and they've made it upstream. They've got two 14-inch dragons down my back. The story with koi is once the koi swims upstream and makes it, if they live, they turn into dragons. They kind of sit on top of my Linkin Park tattoo, and I've got another tattoo stuck in there that was done by one of our former artists named Derek. He did that back when we were playing together. It was more of a personal piece, 6 arms that come out. And he said I could use all the help to reach out and grab people and pull them into the show. And it seemed to work.
I have a good question. Ask him why it's not finished yet.
It hurts.
It does hurt.
I've gotten several tattoos on the road. I got this one colored, started before the show, had to run up and do the show, got down, finished it. I got this one on the road. I got this one, touring with Ed PE. It's fun getting tatted on the road because usually there's nothing else to do. We get to go from like the bus or your van or whatever to your hotel room to the venue. There's like nothing to do, so it's really cool to have a tattoo artist come out. And even though it hurts when you're done, it's like the second it's done, you're like, ah!
Why don't I have any? It's actually a pretty simple answer. I'm an artist. I've been doing art my whole life. I went to art school, and during that time, I thought a lot about getting them. But I know that if I start something like that, I won't be able to stop. And number two, I tend to not like my own artwork or any kind of artwork after a short period of time. So if I know that if I get it, I'll hate it in like a month. I don't have any, and to anybody who has fewer tattoos, you definitely want to make a smart decision and think very carefully about what you do. I think a lot of people get stuff on themselves they regret later.
How you doing, y'all? My name's Mike. I'm fluent with the new. I'm doing it all night. I like what I do. I do what I like. I can quit and get it back like I'm riding a bike. Like, stop.
In my artwork, I think I take from my surroundings and my upbringing. I'm from LA, but I'm half Japanese, half American. I love Japanese anime. I love graffiti art. All those things just tend to kind of work their way into the stuff I draw and paint. I grew up with a lot of Japanese-influenced art around me, from the anime and the cartoons to prints and stuff like that. So I've always been surrounded by that art, and the fact that it's come into style and it is so pervasive at this point, it seems to me like something that's inevitable. I mean, it's just good-looking stuff. It doesn't matter what language you speak, you look at the stuff, and it looks dynamic and cool, which makes for a great tattoo.
Get up.
I'm involved in all the artwork for Linkin Park stuff, and now for my new project, Fort Minor. And I've seen stuff off the cover of the Fort Minor album and stuff off the Linkin Park artwork on people's skin. We've had fans that have had us sign their bodies and then they take them and get them inked the next day. That's dedication, you know? And sometimes when we're writing and touring, we do think about those people. And those are the type of people that they're in it for the long haul and you don't want to let them down, you know?
There's this kid named Sal, who I know now personally because he's almost at every single show in the United States.
And he lives in the New York, New Jersey area.
He now has, I think, 17 Linkin Park tattoos.
Something like that.
Can't you see that you're smothering me? Holding too tightly, afraid to lose control.
I love Sal. He doesn't scare me. Like, I do think it's a little obsessive, but he doesn't frighten me. One kid came up to me, he had all my tattoos, even like this, and it just kind of freaked me out. And he's like, dude, what do you think, man? And I'm like, honestly, dude, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, so we had to tell my dad, get those tattoos taken off, laser removal or something, or get your own hairstyle. I mean, it was also weird because, he's almost 60 years old and he's Japanese, but I thought he looked a lot like Chester.
Forfeit the game of where somebody else takes you out of the frame and put your name to shame, cover up your face. You can't run the race, the pace is too fast, it just won't last.
I have seen people who think that if they do get tattooed, it makes them more credible or whatever. Mike doesn't have a tattoo, and he's not any less of a rock star than I am.
The term rock star, people overuse that so much these days that they call people who aren't rock stars. And I think we, who are in rock bands, need to take a stand and say, look, if you're not in a rock band, you can't call yourself a rock star. That speaks a lot more about it than having a tattoo.
gives you confidence to go out and do what you do in a better way, or to perform more hardcore if you're in a hardcore band, because now you have, you know, hardcore tattooed across your neck, then awesome. But that's not what makes you or breaks you, you know, especially in music, dude.
Yeah, it's
You
not
can't-
going to speak for you. I mean, music
I mean,
sucks. Your tattoos aren't going to help.
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
It starts with
I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
There's only 2 of us that have tattoos. I know Brad will never get a tattoo for religious reasons. Not that he doesn't appreciate them. You know, every time I get a new one, he's like, cool, let me look at that. Rob Borden, I believe, is the same kind of thing. His religious beliefs kind of keep him away from doing that. Phoenix, our bass player, he has two Phoenix on his back. Mike's gonna get killer right here.
And I'm going to get body over here, a killer bot.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
What made me decide to get into the business was, one, I love tattoos, and second, this guy right here knows how to run a shop, knows how to make it a place that's peaceful to go to, clean, and it's done very, very well. He was looking to expand and was thinking about a partner. I said, absolutely. How could I turn down an opportunity to work with one of my best friends in a business that, you know, I'm passionate about?
I wanna find something I wanted all along. Somewhere I belong.
We have a waiting list of artists that want to work at the shop. We're really well known for taking very good care of our employees and making sure that they have everything at their disposal. It's tough to get hired at the shop though, because nobody quits, which is a great problem to have as an owner.
To be a tattoo artist, illustration is probably the most important aspect of it. And also, it comes to personality too.
It goes without saying you have to know what you're doing in the first place before you even walk through the door, but your attitude is really a lot, man. If you don't have a good attitude, forget it. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah, you could be the best guy in the world, and if you treat people like you're the best guy in the world, I wouldn't let you stick a needle in me. I don't care how awesome you are.
Exactly.